Here we have 4 men. Failed chicken farmer Heinrich Himmler, Reich engineer Fritz Todt, the dwarf Joseph Goebbels, the man on vacation in Britain Rudolf Hess. These 4 appear in the inner circle in Hearts of Iron 4th, and you can choose them as Hitler's successors. So, just like in the previous episode, who will be the next Führer? Let's take a look at Himmler first. He was the head of the German Schutzstaffel, also known as Reichsleiter SS. He commanded all the Waffen-SS and Gestapo operations. At its peak, his forces numbered nearly 900,000 men. Officially, these 900,000 men were supposed to take orders from Hitler, but in reality, they were led by Himmler. If Hitler died, these 900,000 men would have been a great asset for Himmler to seize power. He also controlled the entire Gestapo and most of Germany's intelligence agencies, such as the SS's Reich Security Head Office. However, compared to others, Himmler was not very well liked, and his military command skills were poor. He was also quite timid, as you can ask Heydrich about that. By the way, I think Heydrich was much more useful than Himmler. The second one, the most obscure one, Fritz Todt. This man built highways, constructed the Siegfried. He served as the first Reich Minister of Armaments and War Production. He also built the Atlantic Wall. These projects were handled by the organization Todt under his command, but the majority of the workers in this organization were prisoners of war and civilians from occupied countries. That's pretty much it. I believe his chances of becoming Hitler's successor were even smaller than Speer's, especially considering his poor relations with the Wehrmacht in 1941, and his criticism of Hitler's plan to invade the Soviet Union. On February 8, 1942, at the Wolf's Lair, Todt's plane crashed shortly after Kiev. Some suspect this was an assassination, but whether this is true remains uncertain. Next, Joseph Goebbels. Hitler appointed Goebbels as Chancellor of Germany before the war ended, partly because of his loyalty, and partly because there weren't many options at the time. However, despite his devotion to Hitler, Goebbels did not have the support of anyone else. Compared to others, he lacked the industrial and armament expertise of Speer and Todt, the military backing of Göring or Himmler, and the administrative experience of Bormann or Hess. Perhaps Hitler would have chosen him as the next Führer because of his loyalty, but after Hitler's death, Goebbels likely wouldn't have been able to hold on to power for long. Sure, he could have used his propaganda skills to manipulate public opinion and gain support, but the other leaders wouldn't have been so easily swayed by his rhetoric. Last one, Rudolf Hess. On April 21, 1933, Hess was appointed Deputy Führer, a position that at the time was second only to Hitler in terms of authority. Before the invasion of Poland, Hitler mentioned that if both he and Göring were to die, Hess would be the second successor. However, after this, Hess's standing within the party gradually diminished. Even his secretarial duties were replaced by Martin Bormann under Hitler's orders. To be honest, Hess did not excel in any particular field. After the war began, his role as Deputy Führer became more symbolic than practical. Even if he had not flown to Scotland, his influence within the party would not have grown. In fact, there is even a theory suggesting that Hess's flight to Scotland to negotiate a surrender was an attempt to boost his standing within the party. So, after saying all this, my conclusion is, out of these 4 individuals, the only one with a chance of succeeding as Führer is Himmler. I really don't think the others have much of a chance at all. And here's my ranking of everyone. And I still can't believe they didn't include Heydrich as one of the successors.